Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at our Yakima EXO System here on our 2010 Toyota FJ Cruiser. So the Yakima EXO System is a modular system, meaning you can add different levels, different accessories if you want a bike rack, if you want a ski and snowboard carrier, if you want a cargo basket or a cargo carrier, you can do so on your hitch. So if you have your FJ Cruiser, let's say your roof rack is fully loaded with all your accessories, all your cargo, and you still want to carry more, that's where the EXO System comes in. So let's take a look on how this works on your FJ Cruiser, if it's a good fit for you, and if you like how it works. So the first thing we'll take a look at is the swing away feature. To do so, you have this knob right over here. You're gonna rotate that knob. Now, one thing to notice is, I'll go grab my tape measure so we can take some measurements. But notice how close it gets to your spare tire, but you don't have any clearance issues at all. So from our knob, in the upright position to the bottom of our spare tire, we have a clearance of 5 inches. And from that knob to the bumper, we then have a clearance of 5.5 inches. So that's pretty decent. It is still kind of a tight fit, but just keep that in mind as you do release this knob. Once that knob is completely loosened, you can then pull this knob and then swing this out a full 90 degrees until it catches right there in the corner by that lever. And now you have full space behind your vehicle, more than enough to completely swing out your door. So as you can see here, with our FJ Cruiser, we had clearance from the bottom for our spare tire. We had clearance to the side for our bikes. So that way, if you have whatever you have inside your vehicle, you can take it out. You can hang out back here. You can do whatever you want to do with it completely swung away. Now, let's take a quick measurement right over here. From the top of our swing base to the bottom of our tire, since it is a clearance of 5 3/4 inches, that shows you how much clearance you have swinging it away. No issues at all for the height. What I have as our accessory on our swing base right now is our Yakima Double Up 2-bike platform rack. So this is the bike rack design for this EXO System. It can carry 2 bikes of up to 50 pounds each. If you have it here on the bottom, if you have the second layer where you get 2 different accessories at the same time, it will then have a weight capacity of 40 pounds per bike. Still a lot of weight capacity, especially since you also get that modularity. We'll do a quick look right over here at our bike. Notice how our bike rack is holding it in by the front tire and the rear cradle. Also, notice the way it is positioned. Super easy to take off your bike from this position. It's also reversible, meaning someone else can take off their bike on the other side at the same time. No issues at all. To do so, you just press this lever, lift up on the strap, then you go over here to the front, press this lever, hold on to the bike as you do so. If you need to unlock your cable, unlock it as well. Lift this up, push this out, and then from here, you just lift up on the bike, and then you are ready to go for a bike ride. So very quick and easy process. If you want to see more details about the bike rack itself, check out my product video on the Yakima Double Up Bike Rack product page. That goes into full detail of how it works and what kind of bikes you can carry on there. But when you're done, you're ready to go, you're ready to bring this back. What you need to do is to swing it back. So hold your swing base by this corner, lift up on this lever to release, and then you just swing it back. If it is weighted down, you have this ramp that is gonna ramp up, and then it automatically catches on this side, and then you tighten it down with this lever right over here. This lever, or this knob, is very important because this is what's holding your swing base secure to itself. When you're on the road, you want to make sure that this is fully tightened down, just like that. Okay. Now, no matter what accessory you have on it, your swing base is the main base of your EXO system. So we'll take some measurements just to see how the SwingBase works. You won't get much of a difference when it comes to length or height or ground clearance. You just a little bit, give or take a couple inches, but this is your main baseline. So we're gonna measure from our bumper on our FJ Cruiser to this knob. So it sits at 34 inches of length added to the back of our vehicle. Really good actually, especially compared to other bike racks. That's usually the amount of length added anyways if you have two bikes behind your vehicle. But whenever you're backing into your garage or trying to park into a really tight spot, please don't forget that you have an entire EXO system behind you. We'll also take a look at ground clearance. That's going to be underneath the SwingBase arms to the ground, 21 3/4 inches. That's about the same right over here where it sits at 21 inches. And over by our shank, it sits at 18 1/4 inches. So ground clearance on your FJ Cruiser is not a big deal at all because it does sit a bit higher up compared to your shorter or smaller vehicles. But whenever you go up steep driveways or hills, sometimes you worry about ground clearance. In this case, not a big worry at all. Now the height it does add is, as you saw, we had great clearance with our spare tire. One thing to note though is right here in the center is where your top shelf will go, and you may have issues when it comes to clearance over there. So if you do have the oversized spare tire, kind of like what we have here, it looks like you will have clearance with the top shelf, but just barely. The good news with the top shelf is it does kind of bend out a little bit, so you probably will be okay, but just take some measurements, check out our product page just to see if that's a good fit for you. All right, another big feature of the Yakima EXO System is this modularity, meaning you can switch different accessories in and out very quickly. Much faster than if you had to undo it from your hitch and then reinstall it into your hitch. So we'll bring you through the process. What you need to do first is move your tabs to the unlock position and then rotate your speed knobs. They will only rotate if you have, or rotate properly if you have them unlocked, which I have right now. Otherwise, when you have them locked, they don't move the cleats. But once those cleats are released, you just pick up your bike rack and set it to the side and switch it with something else. So you have different options for what you want to switch it with. You can switch it with the Gear Warrior, which is kind of like a cargo basket, your Gear Locker, which is like a cargo box, or what I have here, the Snowbank, which is our ski and snowboard carrier. I actually think it works better on the top shelf. That's kind of like your top layer. But in our case, it's nice to see you can switch the bike rack out with ski and snowboards whenever you want. Just rotate these knobs right there and lock it in place. You'll know it's fully pushed in once you can engage those locks. And this is our Snowbank ski and snowboard carrier. Has a big button. Push those up. Even if you have gloves, you can still access that button. You can carry, I believe, 5 snowboards or 4 pairs of skis with this. Of course, it will depend on your skis and your snowboards. Fits right in there. You have a cushion on the inside to hold on to that snowboard. You have a double jointed jaw at the end for your larger ski bindings. Again, check out the product page for the Yakima EXO Snowbank if you want to see if it works with your skis and your snowboards. This is going to be the longest accessory. So measuring from our bumper to the end of the snowbank, it's 42 3/4 inches. All right, so you can see how we have different accessories that can be used with this SwingBase itself. We can have a bike rack, we can have a ski and snowboard carrier. It's really nice to see how we have clearance with our oversized spare tire. I was worried at first if we would have enough clearance, but you saw we had about 6 inches, so that was great, especially if you want to open up your door completely. Now, if you do want the top shelf, you will still probably have clearance, especially if you have the stock spare tire, but just make sure to check your measurements just to get it right. Another thing about the EXO system is there's a bunch of locks on your different accessories. When you do get it, please plan ahead for what kind of accessories you plan to get, and then get all the locks as a set. That way it's key to like, and you'll only need one key to access the whole system. But all in all, I think it works great. Very few bike racks, very few hitch accessories give you full access to opening your door. You usually just have to swing it away completely. So it is nice to see that this works really well on our FJ Cruiser. So that was a really quick look here at our Yakima EXO SwingBase system with the double up bike rack, the Yakima EXO Snowbank ski and snowboard carrier here on our 2010 Toyota FJ Cruiser.